Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Back here, just doing some basic garden inspection, see what's going on. And yeah, it is 92 degrees and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Go figure, right? But yeah, the garden's looking good. But I wanted to show you guys my nemesis. What do I espy right there? Mr. Squirrel, Mr. Squirrel. Or Mrs. Squirrel, I'm not sure. But this bed actually is not mine. It is actually a community bed that has some beautiful looking tomatoes in here. But Mr. Squirrel, or Mrs. Squirrel, seems to think it's their own personal buffet. Now, I know you guys have seen me in other videos talk about the netting that we put up to help prevent that. And yes, it has been helping. It's been reducing the amount, I shall say, the amount of damage that the squirrels have been able to do to our garden. This is back here, this area I know you guys have seen before, the bed with squash and beans and peppers. And if you look right here, nice, beautiful looking green pepper. We have a couple smaller ones coming in over there. But yeah, these squirrels are doing quite a bit of damage. I will, let me go back around here because I saw on these cherry varieties, where was it? Yep, right down there on the ground. Plucked a bunch of them off. But, you know, this netting that we put up is really doing its job. We got a nice ripe tomato down there. Need to pick that today. But yeah, it's just a simple deer netting. Picked up at the big box stores. I know I had ordered one last year or maybe the year before. I had ordered a roll of it from Amazon. And yeah, I just got some basic stakes, put them up, used some like metal landscape type stakes and put them across the bottom. And that's really been cutting back a whole lot of damage that the squirrels had started to do early in the summer. We're now like mid-July. Let me see what else. Oh, we have these, the honeycomb, this honeycomb variety. I don't know if you guys remember when I germinated those. They're actually quite sweet for a yellow variety. Well, quite good. But, you know, all in all, the garden is still maintaining. I actually dug out a squash that was right here. I actually need to prop this eggplant up because now we got flowers coming in. And then obviously the squirrels ripped the sunflower right off the top of the stem. And I'm thinking back here, because we just have some cherry tomatoes, and then these two squash right here, they've been doing okay. I mean, they look healthy. They're just not providing much fruit. That one, and then this one right here, same thing. They're healthy looking. There's, you know, lower leaves are getting a little bit of yellowing. But if you look down in there, very small amount of flowers that have not even blossomed. So I'm thinking about digging these out and putting a different variety in, maybe to help. But yeah, as you see, okra is doing phenomenal. I just picked okra. Today's Tuesday. I just picked it on Sunday. Sauteed it up the other night. It was really, really good. Very, very tender. And then you can see here, you remember when I dug up the onions, I put squash down. And we're starting to get flowers. Obviously, you can see in here more flowers. So these are going to start producing. You get a little bit tired early in the season when your squash comes in and then just stuff, it's just too much at a certain point, right? I'm sure a lot of you have experienced it. Jalapenos, I just picked a bunch the other day, so these are the smaller ones that'll be ready probably by this coming weekend. More eggplant back here. Kind of got buried. I didn't think that these big Thai chili peppers would actually get quite as big as they have. I mean, they're loaded. If you see there, it's absolutely loaded with peppers. But they're hindering sunlight from getting the 3 eggplants that are behind it. I did dig up 2 of them and I put them back there just to give it a little bit more space, a little bit more sunlight, a little more better airflow. And then you remember just a couple days ago, I dug up the bush beans, the blue leg bush beans that were here. Those squash are now getting some great life. Cucumbers are starting to get a little bit spent. We've definitely been picking cucumbers, but this time of year in the hot summer sun, I've always heard that, cucumbers like the heat, but they don't like death-defying heat day after day after day. We've got more pole beans. And then my attempt, let me call it, my attempt for pumpkins, they're starting to get bigger. Now keep in mind, in this bed, I didn't put any soil in it. It's literally just mulch. I didn't germinate the seed. I direct sowed the seed straight into the mulch. So it's kind of an experiment. It's one of the new community beds for next season. It's not occupied this year, so I went ahead and threw down some mulch. Just put direct pumpkin seeds in the bed. Been watering, as they maintain and continue to grow. I water twice a day because it's so hot here. The last 2 weeks, it's been over 90 degrees with a heat index of like 105. And it's been like that for 14, 15 days now. Watermelon in this bed is doing a lot better. I actually took some squash. If you see, there's like one right here. And that's smaller. Oh no, that's a watermelon. And then, no, that's a squash right here. Sorry. Another squash. And then watermelon planted in the middle. They're now starting to sprawl out. So they're doing quite well. My little small 4x8 bed is back there. And then the other one over here, doing quite well. We have tomatoes, peppers, eggplants. I actually have some carrots coming in, which are quite small, but the variety that I chose was a short and sweet variety of carrots. And I did that on purpose because I didn't have a large footprint that I wanted to plant them. It was more experimental. But if you see right here, they're kind of falling over a little bit. Let me get this weed out. But I'll go ahead and pick one just to give you guys an idea of what the carrots are looking like. They're not big at all, right? But they're growing. Every time I pick them, or every time I try to come in and thin them out a little bit, I'll come across a bigger one that's maybe about, 3 inches at most. But they're very sweet, really good tasting. But yeah, I just wanted to get out here this morning, get some watering done before it gets too hot in the sun. It's already, I think I just heard in the car, 94 is the index right now. High 80s, but heat index is like 94, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. So it's going to be quite a hot day again. So I'm going to get some watering done. Just wanted to come on here and give you guys an update this week of exactly where we are. This Saturday, we're actually hosting a community day. So if you look, and I'll pan out to all the other community beds here, we're actually hosting a community day this Saturday. Not a big event, but kind of a way for our neighbors in our community to get out, see what we've been harvesting, let them pick some stuff that they can take with them. We're going to have some little, young children activities and stuff. Yeah, just more about being a community space here in Washington, D.C. So as I pan across this other community bed, I just saw, what did I see back here? It looked like they were, where is it? Yep, right there. Butternut squash. And there's a bunch of them on there. There's 2 more, well, 3 more down there. Wow. So those are going to be great. Those will be ready probably in the next week and a half. But yeah, the whole purpose of this garden, guys, is it's community driven. It's all volunteers. None of us make a dollar from it. We cannot sell any of the produce that we harvest and, planted and grow. It's completely open to the public. Yes, it's in a locked gate, but when we do events like this weekend's event, neighbors, elderly, the senior community across the street, everyone's welcome to come by, harvest whatever they want. And that's the whole purpose of it. I enjoy doing it. That's why I post video content sharing exactly what we're doing here in our community garden. I thoroughly enjoy it. Hoping that these 2 eggplants that I transplanted, I'm hoping those, I see buds on them, so that's good that flowers are starting. So I'm hoping we're going to get some eggplant before the squirrels do. That's the whole purpose. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get some watering done. I really appreciate you chiming in to the channel. Do me a favor, if you would go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You'll get alerted every single time I have more content sharing with you what we're doing out here in the garden. As well, hit the like button because it helps the algorithm to share this content with other people that can learn about exactly what we're doing here in our community garden. This is the Urban Gardener DC signing off. I will see you guys on the next one.